United States submarine base at Key West, Florida. A dispatch that quoted President Truman's press secretary, Charles Ross, as saying that President Truman has no knowledge of any secret project by this government that would give substance to the existence of such objects. Ross also said that both the Air Force and the Navy deny that such objects exist.
Hi. What? I couldn't hear you both of those times.
Hi? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
We just did. Well, it's too late now. We might as well be hours in.
Well, you know, so
we're doing it live.
Hopefully everyone heard that.
Yeah.
Also, I will say, hey, what's up? My name is Noelle. Sorry if I cough during this episode. I have water next to me, but my allergies have been so bad and the air is so bad, despite this air purifier behind me working overtime. It just is what it is. Also, thanks for letting us have time off. I very much appreciate it. I think that Oliver just had the dogs attack Chelsea. Is that what happened?
No.
Oh.
Bear's attacking.
Yeah, Bear's attacking him.
Bear's attacking Oliver.
Oliver came over and flipped me off in the camera, and then Bear attacked him. I heard it and saw it.
Yeah, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's still going after him.
Dude, I believe it. That was crazy. He could feel his bad energy, and he had to ratify it.
Dude, Bear's a feminist. Don't flip off the girlies or he'll attack your ass.
Yeah, and so we see, and so we saw.
Anyway,
but,
you're dying.
Yeah, I'm dying. Thanks for letting us take time off. Very much appreciated. I got to spend this last month with Cora before she took her journey over the Rainbow Bridge, so it's very much appreciated. And I appreciate everyone who reached out. I thought I was doing better, and then I got a edible arrangement with a cute little card from Stabby, and I cried yesterday. So shout out to her. It was very sweet. It's all been very, very adorable. I also love how everyone who listens to the podcast is like, she's immortal on the radio waves because of her snoring in the background.
The death of a pet slaps different. It like hurts. It's like it's a deep wound without comprehension, and it's like a wound of innocence lost. I would say, like,
yeah,
I've been sad when people have died, and I will stay sad when people have died. But like when a pet dies, it almost like puts a permanent ache in your sternum, one might say.
Yeah.
Cora was a good girl, man. She gave me so many good times, and yeah, she was a real one, and she was a little champ to the very end.
Truly. And I will also say, like, Lapse of Love is who took care of her, end of life care. They're truly the best. They're expensive. Sure, it's going to cost you close to $1,000, but it's the best money you'll ever spend. Being able to give her like dignity and comfort, and then have everyone here, and like have Apollo here, and just like, that there's no amount you could have put on that. Like, I would have paid it no matter what, because it was so nice. And the vets who work there, God, braver than the Marines, truly. Could you imagine? That's their full job. But
dude,
but they look at it as in like, the way that they look at it makes me think of people who have like palliative care for like senior citizens. They're like, it's my honor to like be here and like see you on your way out and give you that dignity and comfort. And what I also love, they were so educational, which is like what I'm obsessed with. I need to like understand what's happening, and they were so informative, and it was genuinely like very peaceful. So if anyone out there will eventually maybe have to do that for their pets, their loved little furry creature friends and companions, I can't recommend it enough. I think they're all over the States. So but thanks for letting us take this time off and just get back to some sort of new version of normalcy. And hey, what's up? My name's Noelle, and I'm still on my electrolyte kick. I'm not gonna lie. This just is who I am.
Oh, well, hi, I am Chelsea. I'm also on an electrolyte kick, but I do it with coconut water with electrolytes, pulp free.
Love that. Could you imagine if it did have pulp? That would be disgusting.
Oh my God. I'm not a pulp girl. And you know what? I had a boyfriend once who was really into pulp. You remember him, Nick. I'll say his name on the radio. Well, really liked pulp.
He would
and
be.
I fucking should have known that there was something off about that motherfucker. I know
Mhm.
it's been years and time has passed. Weirded out by the
Not for
Pope
me.
still.
Not for me. It still stays there, hating him just as much as the first time. Um,
Yeah,
but that's interesting. He likes thick, chunky shit in his mouth. Who would have thought?
but
And
not me.
not you, not
But
you,
not me.
and not me either, frankly.
Yeah.
Um,
So, yeah,
so
pulp, disgusting electrolytes, delicious.
electrolytes forever, dude. God love them. Even though I will say, caveat here, these are the special electrolytes that are actually made with good ingredients that you can have every day. If you're drinking liquid IV every day, you're gonna die. Sorry, you're gonna
That,
die.
yeah. Anything with fake sugar in it fucks me up, and most stuff has fake sugar in it these days. But thank God for coconut water because the ingredient, coconut,
Yeah, and
and
you
it
would
has
hope.
electrolytes in it. Yeah.
You would
So,
fucking hope.
um, hydration is in. I think I was super dehydrated yesterday. That's why I got so fucking sick because I drank a whole one of these and I only peed once.
Whoa. Maybe you should like take a trip to Turkey and get like a full body scan for $1,000.
Maybe this is a quart of fluid. So
Yeah, maybe you should do that. Medical
maybe.
tourism.
If I did medical tourism, I think I would get that hair treatment that makes your forehead
No,
a little bit lower,
you
and I
fucking
would look like
asshole.
fucking Teresa Giudice.
Dude.
Do you remember when New York was like, "I have always respected your hairline" on TV?
Dude, she is the real true American.
Yeah, yeah,
Tiffany New
yeah.
York. I've always respected your hairline.
Oh.
It's in the middle of her forehead. It's an inch away from her eyebrow. God
Yeah,
damn.
I would get that Teresa Giudice laser. Like I'd
But
get my
also
full fucking forehead
maybe
filled
like
with
that
hair.
full body scan and where you like meet with every type of doctor in one day.
If there's enough time.
I think
You know
that
what
there
else I
is.
learned?
But
I don't know if it's like a recent trend, but I've been learning that they're called like body bumpers. And speaking of like medical tourism and stuff, people have been going to, I want to say it's either Japan or Korea. It could be both, but it's definitely in that geographical area. But there are men, and the new incel movement is that they just shoulder check women in
oh,
public.
I
And
have
it's
seen
like,
this.
it has like its own term, but there was one guy who was a streamer and his girlfriend got body checked. And he was like, he followed this guy for a while on his live stream to see if he would keep doing it. And he saw him body checking, like shoulder checking. And it's not like knocking women down. It's fairly innocuous, except for its pure spite and malice behind it, which makes it evil. But it's
Mhm.
just a little, like a little shoulder bump into women as they walk by.
Yeah, and I think he should be beaten until he's unrecognizable.
Oh, he got his dog walked for sure because uh the guy who beat him up looked like a an Arnold Schwarzenegger bodybuilder. He got his
Good.
ass.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's like, okay, I don't know if we've talked about it before. I feel like we've talked about it, but I'm not sure if we've talked about it on the podcast. But there's like this evil streamer named like Johnny Sumali, and he like fucks with people. He just goes to different countries and he fucks with people. And he's like a harasser streamer.
I
And
think isn't he arrested? Is he the one who got
I
arrested?
think he did get arrested, but I think
Okay.
he was in like the Philippines or something. And there was this lead singer of a pretty famous hardcore band who knew that he was like in there, and Johnny Somali was like on Twitch live streaming him just like harassing people.
Mm-hmm.
And the lead singer of this hardcore band tracked him down and beat the shit out of him on
Yeah.
stream. It was so cool. Yeah.
South Korea jails American YouTuber for public nuisance.
Hmm.
He sparked outrage after kissing a statue representing World War II sex slaves.
Yeah, see, and he should be beaten. He should
Yeah,
be
it's what I'm
beaten.
thinking about.
Yep.
Um, I saw another one where a guy was live streaming and his friend on the back of the bike asked a little girl, like in a joking manner, but still shitty. He was like, "How much for a hand job?" And when they got back to their streamer's house, another guy beat the shit out of him.
Good. And this is
So
what I like to see. This is how
this
we
is
come together as a
yeah,
country.
this is nature healing. I think
Hmm.
there was such a time where we really swung the pendulum to like violence isn't the answer. But I also think that like we've lost that Western grit, um, where you just gotta, so like Toby Maguire would say, you gotta put some dirt in their eye.
Hmm.
So
You do. You
yeah.
do. I think that um Violence isn't always needed, but it is sometimes necessary. Sometimes
Yeah,
necessary.
it's violence is a solution, not necessarily an answer,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
but you know,
and I'm here for it. And speaking of violence,
yeah. Speaking of,
speaking of violence, I came back onto Beyonce's internet and saw clips from another GOP oversight committee. And this time it was about our good old friend MKUltra. So, but I have very
palate
many thoughts. I have,
palate cleanser content, one may say.
you would think we're going to go down
Um,
this journey. I'm going to tell you everything I saw, heard, and learned, and seen, and feel, and know. And it's like not what we wanted it to be at all, but it's like very much what you would expect from
yeah.
this. So,
I have a feeling it's going to be like that guy who's like, "What do you know about China?" And the guy's like, I'm from like I'm not." Or they were,
oh my
do you
God,
know that
what
guy's
is?
like, "I'm Singaporean" or
Yeah,
whatever?
he's like, so how long have you been working with the Chinese government? And he's like, sir, I'm Singaporean. And they're
Yeah,
like,
he's like,
yeah. So anyway, China. Like,
yeah, and he's like, "I'm not," and he's like, "Yeah." Oh my God. And he's like, "So what do you know about TikTok?" And he's like, "I'm Singaporean." Like
yeah.
this poor guy.
He's like, so how
Oh,
long have you been a Chinese communist? And he's like, sir, I'm Singaporean. And then he was like, do you not know that those are different? Anyway, it is kind of
yeah.
like that, unfortunately. So I
Yeah,
hate to
yeah. All
spoil,
right.
but we're gonna get there. So
Yeah, let's dive in.
on Tuesday, June 30th, 2026, the House GOP Oversight Task Force for the Declassification of Federal Secrets held a hearing titled Mind Control and Accountability, Uncovering the Truth of the CIA's MKUltra project. First of all, the GOP Oversight Task Force for the Declassification of Federal Secrets is like a Harry Potter book title.
I was literally fucking thinking that. I was like, that's what I would want to go into when I graduated Hogwarts, but I didn't want to say it because I don't fuck with J.K. Rowling
Well, like
anymore.
neither do I, obviously, but a
We
read
can't,
is a
it's in our
read.
blood. Yeah.
But here's the
I,
thing about that. Like we know that J.K. Rowling like named people like and things very stereotypical or racist, right?
yeah.
Like, and that would be the stupid, smooth brain, stereotypical, borderline racist milk toast title she would
Yeah.
give to this. So it's like that's
Yeah.
why we
Because
thought that.
I was like, would I have the grades to get into the Ministry of Secrets? Probably not, but I bet I'd get on the Uncovering the Truth of CIA's MK Ultra subproject of Mind Control and Accountability Task Force.
And that's exactly right.
We should
So
make shirts. They
we
need
should.
merch.
GOP Oversight Task Force for the Declassification of Federal Secrets. Like that's who they
That's
are.
sick. Yeah,
And
that's
then
cool as hell.
the theme of today's meeting for declassification of federal secrets was mind control and accountability, uncovering the truth of the CIA's MKUltra project.
Yeah, that's me hitting the word count on a school
No,
paper.
straight up.
So,
So, like many of you, when I saw this title, my ears perked up like a dog hearing all of its favorite words. So naturally, I tuned in. And if I am being totally honest, like most of you, I was a few days late and saw clips of the hearing on TikTok that I blew Chelsea's DMs up with that she never watched for sure. So I jumped on YouTube to find the hearing. Much like the previous UFO and UAP hearing, this was broadcasted live to the public via the committee's official YouTube channel, which is a sentence that would kill a Victorian child. The proceedings were a perfect time capsule of what an utter clown show we live in. I would summarize it as a bait and switch. The 2026 Declassification Task Force is led by Chairwoman Representative Anna Luna. Luna is an Air Force veteran serving as the U.S. representative for Florida's 13th congressional district since 2023. She is a member of the Republican Party and can be seen when Googled holding her gold and chrome dipped AK in front of an American flag. If I'm to add my own personal mean commentary here, I'd say she used to be a natural beauty, but has suffered from the terrifying and deformed Mar-a-Lago face.
oh, pillow face. Yeah.
Truly.
I love to see it though. It's like they tell
The
on themselves.
Yeah, the inside matches the outside.
Yeah.
You may know her from her many altercations on Capitol Hill, including but not limited to being an anti-choice extremist, saying that there are no valid reasons, including in cases of medical incest or rape, She also claimed that she was raised a Messianic Jew and has Ashkenazi heritage. However, family members and genealogical records reveal her father was Catholic and her parental grandfather served in the Nazi military in Germany during World War II. So,
Wow.
sorry, Diva. AIPAC's
Also,
not paying you
Aren't
anymore.
most Jewish people Ashkenazi Jews?
I don't think so. I think that's just like a region.
But I think most Jewish like geographical heritage is would technically be Ashkenazi. You know what? I don't know.
And I don't know.
Not Jewish. And it's none of my business.
Yeah. Frankly, it's none of my business. So, and that's that. But it is my business to know that she was lying because she wanted Israel to pay her. Turns
Yeah.
out she comes from Nazis. So they're not.
Yeah,
They
well,
actually they probably are. They probably still are. They for sure are. Anyway, the three main witnesses are American author, historian, and journalist Stephen Kinzer. From his Wikipedia quote, during the 1980s, Kinzer covered revolutions and social upheaval in Central America and wrote his first book, Bitter Fruit, about military coups and destabilization in Guatemala during the 1950s. In 1990, the New York Times appointed Kinzer to head its Berlin bureau, from which he covered Eastern and Central Europe as they emerged from the Soviet bloc.
I think we've used bitter fruit before as a source.
When we did the bananas.
Yeah, okay.
So he's a real OG.
Okay.
He wrote the book Prisoner in Chief, Sidney Gottlieb and the CIA Search for Mind Control. The book details the life of Gottlieb, the CIA's chief chemist who ran the highly secretive MKUltra project through the 1950s and 60s. And through new documentary research, original interviews, Kinzer's work uncovers how the program conducted extreme human experimentation and medical torture across multiple continents in a failed attempt to discover the secrets of mind control. Because of his extensive research, Kinzer is widely considered a leading expert on the history of the program. We then have Tom O'Neill, who is an award-winning investigative journalist and entertainment reporter whose work has appeared in Us, Premiere, New York, and The Village Voice. His name might ring a bell for you because he wrote Chaos, Charles Manson, the CIA, and the Secret History in the 60s in 2019. The book presents O'Neill's research into the background and motives for the Tate LaBianca murders committed by the Manson family in 1969. O'Neill questions the helter-skelter scenario argued by lead prosecutor Vincent Bugliosi. God, he's so fucking Italian, it hurts me. In the trials and in his book Helter Skelter, 1974. So he just basically says like the whole argument of Helter Skelter is fucking bullshit cover up, which T mama. Tom's books titled The Chaos, Charles Manson, the CIA, and the Secret Histories of the 60s is a reference to the covert CIA program Operation Chaos, which was a domestic espionage project that ran from 67 to 74, ordered by Presidents Lyndon B. Johnson and Richard Nixon. Its primary mission was monitoring domestic civil rights, counterculture, and anti-Vietnam War protests. A documentary based on the book Chaos, The Manson Murders, directed by Errol Morris, was released by Netflix in March of 2025. It's a really good documentary. You should watch it. They did only talk about the CIA thing for 2 seconds, though, but I did go, I was like the Leonardo DiCaprio meme of him and Once Upon a Time. There it is.
Uh-huh.
In the book, he suspects CIA involvement with Manson via MKUltra, but he stops short of saying he definitely believes it as a proven fact. And obviously that's for legal reasons. Finally, we have Dr. Elizabeth Genexi, PhD, a research scientist and former senior program director of the National Institutes of Health, the NIH. She doesn't have a wiki like the former, but in her LinkedIn, you will learn that she is a science and innovation strategy leader who architects national research investments, build large-scale scientific infrastructure, and translates complex data into strategic action. She led massive federal data initiatives for the DoD and NIH, shaped AI governance frameworks, and currently directs a 20-plus expert team at Indiana University over their interactive AI-enabled multi-scale human reference atlas. And when she's not modernizing scientific infrastructure. You can find her skiing or cycling up mountains. That is directly from her LinkedIn.
Oh, wow.
What I thought was going to be a trip down MKUltra memory lane turned into a Republican anti-vax showcase.
They always do,
Yep,
man.
they always fucking do. The hearing starts off with Luna's introductions explaining that the CIA director leading MKUltra at the time, Richard Helms, who in 1973 ordered the program's director, Dr. Sidney Gottlieb, to illegally destroy the 152 files pertaining to the project's drug research. The vast network of 149 sub-projects across 80 institutions is only known today because of an archivist answering a 1977 FOIA request, stumbling upon 7 misfiled boxes of financial records that escaped the MKUltra bonfire.
That's so fucking crazy, dude, that we wouldn't have known anything about it if not for just misplaced files.
Incompetence, you mean?
Yeah.
It will always be government incompetence that gets us the answers. She adds that following a recent trip to CIA headquarters in Langley, alongside Representative Burlinson, Luna confirmed that the agency is currently in the process of declassifying newly discovered MKUltra boxes. She downplays their severity, saying the documents primarily expose a massive forgery program housed under the MKUltra umbrella. What follows is a surreal tinfoil hat collision of institutional bullshit and modern-day counter-agenda narratives. But let me rewind. To view this hearing as an objective bipartisan deep dive into Cold War era overclassification is to miss the broader tactical landscape of 2026. And this is my personal opinion, but I believe it speaks for itself. This event represented a highly strategic, quote, era of disclosure, end quote. The sudden political willingness to declassify and discuss historical government overreach serves as a calculated and intentional effort to scatter the focus of modern internet subcultures that have bled into the mainstream.
Yeah, dude, we can't be Pizzagate anymore because they actually are raping children in the White House.
And that's exactly it. By feeding the public details on legacy conspiracies like MKUltra, Project Paperclip, and past UFO UAP disclosures, political leaders redirect scrutiny away from volatile contemporary flashpoints like the Epstein files, which 20 plus years ago, your average run-of-the-mill Bill Cooper forum would be popping off with threads on how the wealthy elite class are pedophilic baby eaters. Now, this has entered the mainstream by the overly redacted few documents from the Epstein files being released showing that wasn't conspiracy at all. The state is operating an octopus of distraction. It assumes that by offering the public a peek at its historical monsters on one tentacle, it can keep them from looking too closely at the ones currently hiding in the halls of the White House.
Dude, they're literally fucking Hydra.
Oh, I know. I wrote that for you.
Thank you.
The vibe of the hearing room itself reflected this strange convergence of mainstream and the fringe. And this is what I sent you a screenshot of, Chelsea. Well, it was more, not a screenshot. It was me taking a picture of my TV. Call that what you will. A picture, I guess. Yeah. Sitting in the gallery alongside typical DC attendees were face tattoos, blacked out eye makeup, and a rainbow flame bandana worn in a fashion of Bret Michaels.
So daddy. Yeah.
It was,
so daddy was in the crowd.
It was quite the audience. Kinzer is the first to testify and says the MKUltra was not standard intelligence initiative, but a systematic program of medical torture executed on, quote, expendables, which he defines as people being pulled from clinics, prisons, and U.S.-occupied foreign territories who would not be missed if they disappeared or were experimented to death. And this is something those of us who listen to true crime or those of us who listen to the last podcast know as the lesser dead, the less dead.
Yeah.
He then jumps straight into stating that the redactions of CIA documents would shed light on the decades-long cover-up of the 1953 death of Frank Olson, an MKUltra scientist who jumped from a New York hotel window after saying he was going to leave the project. Kinzer says that this cover-up has been long protected by the intelligence community and mainstream media as the tragic, quote, suicide of an army scientist, end quote, both misleading the public of his job, role, and title, and pushing a suicide narrative when he was probably and most likely suicided.
Dude, just like Epstein.
Exactly. He also warned against treating mind control as a dead science. While Gottlieb concluded in the 1960s that true behavioral control was a myth, Kinzer noted that the 21st century advancements in artificial intelligence, neuroscience, and cyber technology means gave the tools for psychological subjugation, and they are vastly superior today. The danger is no longer Gottlieb's crude dose of LSD, but a highly sophisticated modern tech potentially running a digitalized version of MKUltra behind closed doors. And I would agree to this completely. I would say that the 21st century version of MKUltra is the reason why, like, you have an uncle who has fucking brain worms, like, straight up. Like, I think the
Dude,
reason why we have like this hog era Trump freaks who basically live in an alternate dimension is because of like 21st
yeah.
century
Look at
AI.
fucking Fox News. We were literally just talking about it on Patreon, how Fox News was like, look at how many people are here at the celebration of like America's 250th birthday. And there was like 8 people on the lawn. But
Exactly.
then if you say there was nobody there and Fox News literally showed that, people would be like, no, that's fake news. It's like,
Exactly.
that's mind
Exactly.
control. The
I
propaganda has gotten into the brain already.
I agree. I completely agree. I think that rather than saying like mind control is like I give you LSD and tell you that you need to go like kill an official in Russia, mind control is making you believe things that aren't true. Mind control is making you look at objective fact and say no and believe that with your full chest. So, like that's what
Yeah,
I think
we
modern mind control is.
we wanted to be penguins spinning an umbrella of black and white,
Hmm.
and then your eyes go all crazy, but that's like not it at all. Like
Yeah. It's way
we
more
already got
insidious because it's here and we've been gotten.
yeah.
Speaking of like the whole Fox News and the Freedom 250 America's Fair, whatever the fuck that bullshit is. So the pictures have come out where it's like 5 people are there in attendance. So Trump made an AI picture being like, could you imagine? It's so beautiful, or whatever. I can't do his voice.
Yeah.
I can't, I don't have that much evil
It
in my
sounded great.
body. Um, and it was like this crazy AI photo with so many people. And you know, like AI can't really like do people. So
Yeah.
if you look at it even just a little bit closer, it's like people like in trees,
Uh-huh.
like people just like everywhere, like on a bar of a Ferris wheel. They're just like hundreds of thousands of people and they're like deformed. They have like shoes for eyes. It's
Uh-huh.
he put it on Truth Social. You
Unhinged.
can probably look it up, but like there are people in this country who probably even graduated university who look at that and go, amazing,
Yeah,
beautiful.
it's
Can you
real.
look at how real, look at how popular our
It's
fat king
it's
is?
literally Trump spreading AI images of him as Jesus, and people are like, no, he's a doctor.
Yes,
Like, what
yes.
the fuck?
That's MK Ultra, girl. That's
Yeah,
MK Ultra. Like truly. So,
I hate to see it.
hey, it's here, girl. It's been here.
Mhm.
Tom O'Neill comes briefly into the conversation to bridge the gap between state-sponsored science and real-world violence. His 20-year investigation into the Manson family and the 1969 Tate LaBianca murders unearthed the papers of Dr. Louis Jolyon, aka Jolly West, a prominent UCLA psychiatrist and a core MKUltra contractor who operated under the CIA pseudonym Sherman Griffith. O'Neill discovered that in 1967, precisely when Manson was transforming the hippie group into a conditioned cult, Manson and his followers were receiving free medical care at a San Francisco clinic serving as West's primary research base.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, would you look at that? Would
Oh,
you look at
this
that?
is interesting.
In hidden correspondence dating back to 1953, West outlined a 6-page experimental proposal that O'Neill described as indistinguishable from the works of Nazi physician Joseph Mengele. West openly advocated using a combination of LSD and deep hypnosis on unwitting prisoners and military personnel to induce total amnesia and completely switch an individual's allegiance and beliefs. His discovery ripped apart the official narrative established during the 1977 Dirksen Senate hearings, where the CIA assured the public that MKUltra was a, quote, colossal failure. The intelligence community systematically altered West's reports before submitting them to investigators, scrubbing his successful breakthroughs in memory erasure and replacement. The ultimate mission of MKUltra, the creation of the behavioral sleeper cell agent capable of committing untraceable acts of violence on command, was not a failure. It was a classified success that the government scrubbed from the history books. So I want to sit for a second on Tom O'Neill because don't get me wrong, I love Kinzer. I think Kinzer is great, but Kinzer's like, no, MKUltra failed, but they like fucked people up in the process. And it's like this nasty, dirty little secret. Whereas
Yeah.
Tom O'Neill is like, no, MKUltra was successful. They actually worked with Manson and is the reason why you had the Manson family murders and the reason why you had like the Manson family in general. And like,
Dude, look at like Lee Harvey Oswald. Like,
no, he literally talked about that in the hearing where he was like, you have Lee Harvey Oswald, who has these nonstop crossing paths with the CIA during
yep.
MKUltra era. He then, and all he is at that point is like a semi-communist sympathizer, and in the way that he's like communist, quote unquote, just like a university civil rights kid. Like he's just like,
Yeah.
I hate the American government, but in a fun, cool way. And then
Yep.
out of nowhere, he assassinates JFK, and then he's getting ready to go to trial. Oh, guess what happens to him?
Mafia gets his ass.
Fucking Jack Ruby kills
Yeah.
him before he can go to trial. And then what happens when they interview Jack Ruby? Jack Ruby is all of a sudden in psychosis and is talking about
Yeah.
how they're like killing and eating babies in New Mexico.
Even the kid who shot Trump, man, that's something suspicious. Or not Trump, the kid who shot Charlie Kirk. I guess also the kid who shot at Trump.
Yeah, it's like they're kind of playing a little fast and loose. And that's the other thing is
Yeah.
like we can all admit, like we can watch these documentaries about religious cults, right? We can watch them about Scientology or like the FLDS or what is it? Love is One with Mother God. Any of these,
Yeah.
we can watch it with fucking the home away team, the fucking Nike suicide. Drink the Kool-Aid.
Oh, Hail Bop.
We-
Hail. Oh my gosh, we're getting our card
I
pulled.
know.
Hail Bop cult.
Heaven's
Heaven's
Gate.
Gate.
I got
Fucking
it before
dumb.
you looked it up. I got it. I got it. I got it before you looked it up. It came back to me. Oh my God. Okay, yeah. Heaven's Gate and then the motherfuckers who drank the Flavor Aid. Who were they?
John. Who drank Flavor Aid? We're getting our cards pulled. Who drank
I can't remember that one. The cult leader.
Aid? Jim Jones.
Jim Jones. We can look at all of these and say like these were cults and they were brainwashed, right? Like we can all believe,
Yeah.
we can all agree on that, right? Like we can all say that they were brainwashed.
Mm-hmm.
What is brainwashing other than MKUltra?
Yeah, literally. Like a belief of like repetitious behavior and branding that makes you believe in something.
Like how
It changes your reality.
how can we like with our full chest be like, no, you guys, MKUltra was an epic failure. We fucking and then also be like,
Yeah, there's no
we
way.
had prolific cult leaders who brainwashed entire groups of people to kill themselves. Like what the fuck
Yeah.
do you mean? Like you can't say both things in the same sentence. So I do lean more Tom O'Neill ideology, where I'm like, not only did the United States commit atrocities and war crimes by like experimenting on unwitting civilians and abducting people and murdering them and like should be tried for those crimes against humanity, but it also was successful. So it feels like this is a majority of the almost 2-hour hearing, but this is more like a quarter because the next to speak is Dr. Genexti. Rather than speak to MKUltra directly, she outlined an administrative crisis, testifying against a proposed OMB federal financial assistance rule that grants political appointees the power to abruptly terminate ongoing scientific research grants and clinical trials without cause, which is something that we've already seen.
Political appointees
Yes.
can stop
Yes.
medical and scientific research trials.
Yes.
I bet there's a cure for cancer.
Yeah. Yes. She revealed a massive talent drain, noting the departure of over 11,000 PhD trained workers and the abrupt freezing of thousands of grants. primarily concentrated in vaccines, infectious disease, and health disparity research. Her reasons for being on the witness panel is to say, hey, MKUltra is what happens when government gets involved or takes over from science.
Mm-hmm.
She used recent examples like replacing peer-reviewed panels with political appointees and how it crippled America's response to active health crises, such as the 2026 H5N1 bird flu outbreak, which has surpassed 70 human cases. The committee used her presence to switch the entire point of the hearing and run down the anti-vax COVID is fake pipeline.
They should have, oh man.
Fuck,
dude. She was the weak link and they went after they went for the Achilles heel.
Yep, it was fucked. It was so fucked. The majority of the hearing now turns into an interrogation of NIH's handling an alleged cover-up of the COVID-19 pandemic. Lead Representative Elijah Crane, a Republican rep from Arizona's 2nd District, who looks like an incel school shooter.
Yeah, that's a villain name.
Yeah, he's the first to engage on her, and he goes hard, inappropriately hard. Some of his controversies include, but are not limited to, using racially insensitive language during a House floor debate in July of 2023, arguing with a civil rights witness, and flip-flopping from being pro-release the Epstein files to, it's not that big of a deal to release them after the lewd hand-drawn birthday card Trump sent to Epstein was revealed.
Fucking, what a bitch.
So he's a big fat bitch tit loser.
Yeah, yeah.
This personified tumor with hair and teeth started drilling into Dr. Genexi about medical centers in Wuhan, China. If COVID was made up in China, why we were told to social distance and wear a mask if it doesn't work, if she knew if Dr. Fauci was funding China, and why she wouldn't speak to the harm of vaccines.
Funding China.
It
so stupid.
Was insane.
That's so bad, dude.
She tries to restate her objective and says she doesn't believe there's this crazy public hatred or mistrust of the NIH because they fund cancer research, heart research, diabetes, things the public objectively needs and supports. But then Eli Crane comes in with some fucking bullshit like, you're wrong and you don't understand. And the crowd erupts into applause.
Ugh.
And he's like, you see what I told you? You're not listening. It was so fucking insane. I had this immediate moment of like, oh, here we fucking go again. Because we've always been very transparent on the fact that if you go far enough down any conspiracy theory rabbit hole, you will always eventually lead or land on white supremacy, anti-Semitism, or just overall hateful, nasty shit.
Yep.
It always comes down to that. And watching this crowd of onlookers clap and cheer at the dragging of this random run-of-the-mill scientist who just works in our health divisions, it was wild. Representatives are on the stand like, COVID's fake. You told us to wear masks. That doesn't do anything. You know it was made in China. Whatever the fuck. Meanwhile, she's sitting there like, no, I'm literally here to talk about government overreach and why we need to leave science to actual scientists.
Dude, we're so cognitively illiterate and like functionally illiterate. Like the fact that something can be laid out so plain of like, this is why it is important to have science involved in scientific experiments. And then they're like, no, you're saying COVID is fake. Mm-hmm. It's literal illiteracy. Like we haven't taught people how to have any comprehensive skills whatsoever.
Well, we've taken it away. I think we used to, but then we've taken away reading comprehension because we're trying to uneducate the masses so that they can just be eating whatever we feed them and just fully accept
the water is turning the frogs gay.
It is, unfortunately. And I will say, if I'm to give her one piece of feedback, I do think she could have probably won them back, or at least like won the audience back, or made her point a little clearer if she spoke at a elementary level. Like I do think she was explaining things a little too highbrow for the room, unfortunately, which is embarrassing to say when we know that we're at like a House of Representatives congressional hearing type shit. But
yeah.
The reason why people like Trump is because they can understand him, because he speaks like a fucking toddler.
That's literally why I watched a thing saying like how flat earthers could exist. And it's because they've been ostracized from the scientific community because instead of just being like, you're fucking like, this isn't how things work. Everyone's like, you're just fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And it pushes them into this little category, an echo chamber. where they're like, we're right. And we're seeing it right now
Yes.
with like the right and in Congress because we do it, right? We're like, you're fucking dumb because
Yeah.
they are, but then
Yeah.
it pushes them deeper into their fucking cave troll
Yeah.
environments where they can just circle jerk each other all day.
Yeah. Trust me, this is what the Marxist-Leninist groups and organizers are like. You guys need to like not use buzzwords that'll like
Yeah.
trigger a hog. You have to like you have more in common than you don't. And like I get it. I get it. But also I'm
But
fucking
also they're so
sick of it. They're
dumb.
so
Yeah.
stupid.
So
Like I'm
dumb.
so sorry. So anyway, obviously there's a huge chunk of the United States that lives in the alternative reality. It's the whole reason Trump is president. But we hit this really interesting, frustrating crossroads where we got reminded in real time who we're actually dealing with here. The kind of people who show up to an MKUltra congressional hearing are unsurprisingly the exact same people who believe vaccines don't work. And it's
Well, if I would
important.
have known about it, I would have loved to have
I
gone.
mean, I did sign us up for the press releases at the White House when, remember when they opened it up to like podcasters and
Yeah.
influencers? Never heard a thing.
We never get picked for press.
I know. Maybe it's because we tell people to kill themselves.
We stopped a bombing.
We did stop a bombing and no
We
one's
stopped
talking
a
about
bombing.
it. We did. We stopped a
No
bombing at
one
the
gives a
University
shit.
of Utah and no one gives a shit.
No one gives a shit. We stopped Bruce Lee's son, who was fluent in Mandarin, from killing us all.
Bruce
And
Lee's
we never got our fucking flowers.
illegitimate son in Oahu, who also started FanX from blowing up the University of Utah, and no
Yeah.
one wants to talk about it.
No one wants to talk about how Noel and I single-handedly took down Brandenburg in the middle of a work day.
In the middle
Didn't
of a
even
fucking
take time
workday,
off
dude.
work.
I
Yeah.
literally was like, "Hey, I'm gonna need you to make a call. I can't get off
I
phones
know.
right now."
The way I DM'd my supervisor and I was like, I need to skip our one-on-one today. I'm a little busy.
I
And he
have
was
to
like,
call
let's
it a
just
bomb threat.
I have to call the FBI. They didn't take me that serious
And they never do until the next day.
until they use all our shit I sent him as evidence to track Brandenburg down in Hawaii. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
until they use the entire Google Drive we sent them as evidence to charge him criminally.
Why? Why didn't we get a medal or something?
I don't know. Should we write the mayor?
I think I will actually. I'm
I
gonna
think you
write.
should.
I'm gonna write the dean of the University of Utah is a former student there. I'm gonna say we really never got our flowers for doing the right thing. We should have just let it happen.
Leave that part out, but yeah, send the rest. I
Gonna edit it,
literally,
bitch.
dude, I dare you. I fucking dare you. You need
Just
to
write
set.
like
Do you
a real
have?
Karen letter.
No, seriously, do you have the emails still from the FBI?
Yeah, because I emailed them, yeah,
Yeah.
and then they were like, and then I had to make GIFs to show them, like,
Yeah.
because they got out the like Google Drive.
Yes. You need to send that in the email
Oh.
as well to prove it.
Yeah, we have his tax information, which we probably shouldn't have, but he sent it to me. He sent it to us.
Yeah, I know.
It's not my problem.
Yeah, also, like, his wife is the demon who had the Antichrist. So, like, what are we to do?
Yeah.
What are we to do?
Yeah. I know how much he pays in child support.
You
Or actually,
fucking
he's trying
bet.
to not pay
He
by
was trying
pretending
not
to be
pay.
crazy. So,
So,
man, the lengths a man will go to be a bad father.
dude, the lengths a man will go to not pay child support. He will
It's
move
fucking
to an
insane.
island and then call in a bomb threat.
Yeah.
That's how much he doesn't want to be a dad.
Well, he doesn't deserve to be one. So,
No, because all he is Bruce Lee's son.
yeah. Do you think his ears are ringing right now?
I think a lot's ringing in his head.
Yeah. Is he getting the shit kicked out of him in prison? Probably.
Oh man. So, and I will say having these realizations about who shows up to these congressional hearings is unfortunate because honestly, I wanted to have a good time with this and learning about conspiracy theories is fun, but the veil always gets lifted in the middle of enjoying it and you're suddenly reminded like, oh yeah, this is where this stuff actually lives. It's exactly like reading Behold a Pale Horse and you're having a good time learning about global cabals and hidden UFOs. And then boom, blatant anti-Semitism. And you're like, oh my
Yeah.
God, how could I fucking forget? This is the bedrock of the conspiracy landscape. Watching a representative fight a doctor at an MKUltra hearing about vaccine harm was the exact same reality check. It just snaps you right back to earth and also embarrassing. And you go like
Yeah.
Idiocracy is a documentary. And right on cue, who pops in next? Fucking Lauren Boebert.
Oh, she wasn't. I thought she was too busy jerking people off at school plays.
Dude,
Isn't that the same one?
I thought she was kicked out because of the jerk off in school plays.
I
Nope.
don't. Well, it was just the Grinch,
Here.
so nobody cared.
And no one
Wasn't it the
cares about it.
Grinch?
I don't know, actually.
No.
I'll say yes.
Dr. Seuss. They tried to cancel Dr.
Dude,
Seuss apparently,
was
so
it
no one cares
Seussical?
anymore.
Was it Seussical?
Maybe was it Seussical? Was it on Broadway?
Will you look it
I
up?
don't even know.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
where did
Where did Lauren Boebert
Lauren Boebert
get caught?
jerk
Yeah, jerking a guy
that
off.
guy off at? Ah, footage shows Bober and her date fiddling with each other at Beetlejuice the musical.
Juice? Oh my God. Worse. She
All right.
ruined it. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that makes it less funny.
Yeah,
It
it's a
makes
little
it
less funny.
sad.
I don't know why Seussical would have been
Seussical would have been funny.
funnier.
Dude, Lauren Boebert jerking a dude's penis in the middle of Seussical would have that's fucking funny. That's funny.
Yeah, that's more on
Jerking,
brand.
that is on brand and it's something we can get behind and laugh. But like jerking penis at Beetlejuice is sad.
But Beetlejuice is Michael Keaton, and Michael Keaton is Batman. Why did she not get arrested for like
Dude,
ruining American icons, you
I
know?
don't know. I don't know. I also know that like the Beetlejuice musical is more about like parental death, and so it's like sadder. And she was jorking penis there, so
Well,
it's like even worse.
everybody grieves differently.
She was thinking about her like dead dad, and she was like, I have to jerk this man's penis in the middle of the
Yeah.
play.
What pick me behavior, really?
Truly. So thankfully, this fucking bimbo derogatory didn't speak for long, but she had to chime in with her own anti-vax talking points. And I personally really fucking hate that these loser Republican representatives can stand on a congressional stage and confidently declare, quote, we know that social distancing and masks don't work, end quote.
But it literally works. I don't.
Like that's your opinion, they do work. If you wear a mask when you're sick, coughing, sneezing, and secreting fucking mucus, you are less likely to get the people around you sick. Like, give me a fucking break. But again, this is the modern MKUltra where they can look at objective fact and just say no. Like, I bet if you hooked Lauren Boebert up to a lie detector and asked her, she would like pass it. She would believe it. But it's because this is what modern brainwashing tactics look like.
Yeah, because she's an idiot.
Yeah.
She's smooth brain, dude.
Oh, giving her credit to even having a brain to be smooth is a
You're right.
generosity.
Yeah, I went too far. That was my bad. I'm sorry, everyone. It won't happen again.
Yeah, take that back. But what pisses me off the most is that there is no one there to intervene and say, actually, no, that is objectively false. There are zero real-time fact checkers, and that's exactly why we are in this total predicament in the United States right now in 2026. People just walk up to a microphone, lie through their teeth, and nothing matters and nothing stops them. It was just the ultimate, most disappointing thing to watch. What should have been an MKUltra hearing turned into this. And of fucking course, the same whack of fucking noodle Republicans who want to hold a hearing on MKUltra are just going to chase that bone and use their time to rant about anti-vax bullshit instead. It's just fucking crazy.
Of course they would, because they're CIA bootlicking operatives and they don't want anyone to get the truth of it. So they're just going to bring up bullshit nonsense and derail the whole
That's
thing.
exactly right. Fucking agent provocateurs.
They're agent provocateurs. Read my Batman article about it, everyone, please.
Ultimately, the June 30th hearing proved we are a fucking clown show. Disclosure is rarely an act of pure political altruism. In the modern arena, bringing forth old ghosts is the easiest way to keep the public from noticing new ones. The true challenge for the observer is to deem justice for the victims of past atrocities without falling victim to the political misdirection of the present. And that is the GOP Oversight Task Force for the Declassification of Federal Secrets, Mind Control and Accountability, Uncovering the Truth of the CIA's MKUltra project.
So they did nothing.
They did
Nothing
nothing.
happened.
They did
Yes.
nothing.
Did they bring up Fauci?
Yes.
Of course they would.
They asked if Fauci was like funding China and labs in China, and if Fauci knew that like the vaccine wouldn't work and would cause people to fucking have seizures or fucking bullshit. It was just like, I would say watch it, but I don't want to give them the views.
Yeah. Go to TikTok,
Go to TikTok and watch a clip of it. But I will say I have actually only seen like the only TikToks I see of are the highlight reel, which is like that 1/3 in the beginning. Like that's it. The rest of it is this fucking anti-vax bullshit. So, and there's just I don't know. Don't watch it. Don't give them the views. Hopefully TikTok will put it on your For You page now, and you'll see how just fucking insane this all was. But it was highly disappointing. On my Instagram story in real time, you could see me be like, "Fuck yeah, we're getting MKUltra disclosure before the Epstein files, of fucking course." And then it's me being like, "Just kidding. This was a fucking dog and pony show to just be anti-vax."
Yeah, it was like it was when they did disclosure for real, and then it was just all the military UFOs, UAPs that we already knew were out there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's giving us a nothing burger.
Well,
So you hate to see
well,
it.
that's so disappointing too, because like get us in there, we'll get to the bottom of it.
That's what I'm saying. I would love to talk to like O'Neill and Kinzer. I would love to talk to them and actually hear what they have to say and not like also how embarrassing for them because like they were probably like, we did it, like we've been talking about this for years. We finally got in front of Congress, like because everyone kind of and then they just watch this random scientist
fucking derailed. Yeah.
It was just like such a joke. It was so unprofessional. It was so weird. It was so uncomfortable. But anyway, I digress. So, speaking of things that aren't weird and uncomfortable, we are at Go to Hell podcast. I'm at Noelle Fain. That is at Sith Lord. You can find us on Instagram. Really, that's it. I'm not really on Facebook anymore. Leave me alone. But in our Instagram bios, you can find a link to our link tree, which has little buttons for you to get our merch, where 100% of proceeds are donated, where you can get to our Patreon. $1 gets you in. You can also find in our merch store Kelly Halloran's art, or at Wildwood L on Etsy. She makes cool shit for us. She makes cool shit in general. Go check it out. We also have a link to our YouTube where you can bully us in the comments. And I don't know why you'd need it, but a place to listen to us, which is anywhere podcasts are heard.
Hell yeah.
And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give a hail to, who do I? Well, here's the thing. I want to give a hail to the doctor, but I also know that like working in like government health is probably just as corrupt, so I'm not going to. I changed my mind.
Yeah, I almost like I think I'm too close to the flame now, and I'm like, this bitch was sent in to be like the inside job.
I know. She was sent by the Dems.
Yeah.
So
yep. I'm gonna say hail Cora, long may she reign in the Rainbow Bridge. That's who I'll hail.
Yeah, I'll give a forever hail to the Goblin Girl herself.
And to Apollo. I hope he's being strong boy.
He's being strong boy. It's very funny. He's definitely being more affectionate, which is like we're all trying to learn how to do it. Like he's trying to learn how to be affectionate. We're trying to learn how to like give him the affection he needs without overdoing it because he will upset. So like we're all trying to relearn.
Apollo will wipe a kiss off. I've seen him do it
every single time, actually.
Yeah, it's cute, but also a little heartbreaking at the same time.
It is also the saddest thing in the world. No, he's. But it's like we sat outside and he sat next to me and then put his head on my like leg and I just had to freeze there and was like, don't make a big deal out of it. And he only did it for a little bit, but he's never done that.
Yeah.
So
Oh, buddy.
he's definitely being more Velcro-y. Like he's
I'll have
actually
to get him
laying.
a care package.
Oh, he
I've
would love
seen him
it.
popping around.
Hmm.
Also, if you ever hang that dark jacket up behind you like that again, I'm not gonna be able to record because it kept catching my fucking eye, and I was like, ah, like, ah.
That's on you. That's on you.
It looks
Okay.
like
The
it
coat
looks like
hanger.
Ty is standing there, but you have a coat hanger with like a dark coat on it, and it just looks like a looming, ominous
No, it
man
looks like a coat
standing
hanger
there.
with a coat because like you could see the coat hanger legs right there. So
Yeah, that could also just be Mitch McConnell on his like this little paper thin
dude,
legs.
that bitch is dead, dude. That bitch is so dead.
Yeah,
That bitch has been dead. But
I know. I'm holding off. I need a reason to celebrate this weekend, so I'll see.
we will celebrate Mitch
I'll see.
McConnell's death. I think they're waiting
Yeah,
and I think he's dead and they're putting him in the freezer until after the 4th and they're gonna announce it.
probably. Yeah.
So
So,
okay, well, you know what we should do? We should get the fuck out of here.
the fuck out of here.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.